Hello and welcome to this edition of 101 with Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett. I'm Lorna Virgili and thank you so much for watching. Hello, Mr. Leggett. How are you?
How are you?
How's summer treating you?
Very well. Thank you.
Have you taken any breaks yet?
Well, I went to Europe with my grandkids as a commencement graduation gift and had a wonderful time in London and Paris just for about 6 days. So it's a good chance to be with the grandkids and a good chance for them to learn a little bit more about European history.
Oh my God, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. I sort of did that with my son last year, also a commencement gift back in 2016. All righty, let's get started. So it's been kind of a green month in Montgomery County.
Yes.
You turn on that symbolic light switch at the correction facility. It was a fun time actually to be there that day because of some of the comments you made. But so 10 acres, solar panels. It actually looks really nice. Right. And this is going to provide, what, 60% of the power within that facility, correct?
That's correct. It will probably 60% in that facility, but this is one of 15 facilities, county facilities, throughout Montgomery County where we've provided the solar panels. It's an effort that we started a few years ago, and we continue to find creative ways in which to provide solar, because what it does, several things. First of all, it's a cost reduction for us because we will probably get somewhere in the neighborhood of $15 million to the benefit of the county over the next 20 years. It's efficient in terms of providing the kind of power to at least right now about 2,000 homes year round, and it's clean. And so we benefit all around. It's a win-win situation for the county in a number of ways: cost, energy efficiency, and of course it helps in terms of the climate. And we are very happy with the progress we've made, but we continue to look for other creative ways in which to enhance other facilities throughout the county. And we are really a model that I think for many other communities around the country, but more importantly for our business community here in Montgomery County, to urge them to follow the county's suit.
When you say 2,000 homes, is this that the power that has been generated through solar in the county facilities is equivalent to that, or that we're actually providing that?
No, it's equivalent to that.
It's equivalent.
Yes,
it's equivalent to the power in 2,000 homes in the county. Now, one of the things that Director Green mentioned during the press event for the launching of the power independence in the correctional facility was the fact that this is really going to help to have that reliability to provide constitutional rights to the people they serve inside that facility.
Oh, it will. I think that when you look at what we provided, it's efficient for the facility itself. It will not allow the facility to go down because there's some additional things that we are doing as well. That is to have some level of redundancy in our public safety community. So as a result of this, we will not have the outages so that it will immediately come back on, and it's a redundant source of power for us in many ways as well.
When I said that it's been sort of a green month in the county, also you were there for to tour our recycling facility and also to see what the expansion of the recycling of the mixed paper looks like. Right. How much money is the county now going to save and generate in some sort of way with this expansion?
Well, we anticipate probably in the neighborhood of about $7 million that will come to the benefit of the county overall as a result of the changes. What we've done in the past was to send all of our papers to a pre-packaging facility. They would package it, sort it, and we would sort it, they would get it, and then of course they will sell it. We realized some time ago that that step was not something the county should be in fact doing. We could sell it directly ourselves. And so we become basically a wholesaler in many ways, so that the county now, with the facility that we have, we can separate it out, make sure that it is sorted properly, get it bundled properly, and sell it directly to the wholesale, to the retailers themselves, so that the county, in fact, keeps the money as opposed to paying a middle person for the paper products and the cans and bottles and so forth that we are separating out. That's a good time for the county, a good savings, because we have a great deal of trash. But more importantly, our efforts here are to preclude the enormous costs in our county for recycling overall. And we've done a tremendous job compared to many other jurisdictions around the country. I remember when I was on the county council, I was one of the persons who set the goal of 50% recycling. and people thought that that was an outlandish, unachievable process of achievement for the county, that we never would get there. Well, we've exceeded that. And so I've established a new goal by 2020 that is 70%. And there are very few communities in this country that have achieved anywhere near that goal.
Yeah, I hear the goal is about 61% as
That's
we
right.
stand today. So
That's right.
we're, what, 9% away
9%
only
away.
from the 70%.
And there's some things that we're doing that will get us there. We need to make certain that people are clearly aware, that they participate, recognize that they have a role to play, help us in terms of recycling. In addition to that, we are looking now very aggressively at food waste, which is one of the real challenges, and multifamily homes and some office buildings. If we're able to make improvement in those areas, I think we'll get to that 70% by that target date.
I think what's a campaign that might be coming up is the fact that the county wants to sort of ask county residents to actually separate the trash out properly, right? Because you did tour that facility. It is a very impressive facility, is it not?
Yeah, it is very impressive. And but what we want to do, though, is that we had a fire, as you may recall, some months ago. And part of the challenges associated with that fire was the fact that some people, unfortunately some still, are placing into the trash disposal bins items that should not be there, items that are combustible, batteries, and those batteries potentially helps to ignite much of the combustible materials that are in the waste stream itself. This is separate from what we recycle. Recycle cans, bottles, paper, those kinds of things. But do not put into the regular trash bin these combustible items that can in fact cause some level of fire and damage. So we are trying to get the word out that we want you to do all that you possibly can to recycle, to separate those items out and not put them in the regular trash bin. We have some efforts throughout the county to help you to get rid of combustible materials, batteries, those kinds of things. But we do not want that in the regular trash disposal bins.
Just to make sure that we don't have another fire, just
That's right.
for prevention purposes. Let's transition into economic development.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you did meet with the governor
Right.
of the state, Larry Hogan, and you had some discussions about the progress of Marriott State.
Well, what we had was a luncheon with myself, Arnie Sorensen from the Marriott Corporation, and the governor, and along with our staffs to talk about the progress that we've made in the relocation of Marriott in downtown Bethesda. Some of our next steps forward to make sure that that transition into that new location is a very smooth one, to make certain that we've dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, so that we are not making any mistakes or having any kinds of flaws as we go forward, because Marriott is a very important corporation for our county, and that we believe that we have made the steps necessary to make that transition. But the luncheon today was to sort of congratulate everyone on the progress we've made, but to make certain that we are maintaining the focus for all of the things we need to do to make the transition smooth.
We'll talk about a little bit more about that particular venture in downtown Bethesda when we come back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett.
Here's your chance to save money and help the environment. Bring your reusable bag when you shop and you'll save 5 cents for every store bag you don't need. Retailers in Montgomery County charge 5 cents for the plastic or paper bags they provide. Why? Because plastic bags are the biggest single source of stream and waterway litter, causing pollution and flooding. And every year, Montgomery County spends $3 million on cleanup. So do yourself and the environment a favor. Bring your reusable bag when you shop, you'll fight litter and keep the change.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. the Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Hello and welcome back to 101 with Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett. I'm Lorna Virgili. We were talking about the progress of Marriott. So the investment is about, what, $600 million?
That's correct. And we believe that given Marriott's acquisition of Star Hotels, that it now is the largest hoteler in the world, with headquarters downtown Bethesda, with the ability not only to bring additional workers into that area, but also to spur increased economic development in an area that we want to concentrate on. Keep in mind that part of the county's objectives is to make certain that we have good urban areas of growth in the county so that we can better protect the suburban and rural areas of the county. Our growth, as you can look at it for the most part, is centered around the red line. That is the corridors for which we've designated growth for the future. And as a result of that, we maintain a great deal of open space and farmland throughout Montgomery County. But we have to take advantage of the opportunities where we can to ensure that the growth that we want to occurs in those areas such as downtown Bethesda, Rockville, and Silver Spring and Wheaton, and as we go forward.
We're going to talk about the red line in just a minute,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
Metro.
Yes.
But before we do that, the new business portal that you announced after a survey was conducted back in 2016, last year, more than 700 companies throughout the county actually participated in that survey. And they were not very happy with how they obtained information in order to come settle on the county, as well as growth and expansion and so forth. So this new portal is a gateway for the businesses in the county. Now, do you hope that that would really make the business community happier?
I hope so. I think that what we want to do is to make sure that we eliminate some of the barriers, some of the constraints and challenges that businesses are facing when they are trying to ensure that they make that entry into businesses in Montgomery County. That is, if you want to provide a business, a new business, or to expand, there are a myriad of regulations, rules, myriad of permits that you need. And in the past, as well as in many other jurisdictions, you would have to go to different departments trying to find all of the information. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort. Sometimes it's somewhat confusing. So what we've provided now is a portal so that you could go to this one site and probably get virtually everything that you need in terms of the licenses, the questions that you need to ask, what fees you need to pay, all of the steps that are necessary in order to establish a business in Montgomery County, to expand the business of Montgomery County, so that you will have a very good entree or transition to your business entity in the county. We've received a great deal of praise for what we've done. I think it's a model for many other communities. It is something that I think will be very helpful for our businesses and eliminate a lot of the red tape, a lot of the bureaucracy, a lot of time waste and cost for our businesses. We want our businesses to thrive in Montgomery County, and we think that this will help them to do so with less confusion and complaints. For example, if you wanted to start a restaurant, there are a multitude of things that you need. You need permits for fire and safety, for building. You need permits for wine and beer and food. All of those things hit a number of different entities around the county. Why should that business person have to go to so many different locations in order to figure out all the things that they need? We're going to provide it for you, and we've now provided for you in one location. You can go there, and I believe we can get everything that you need in order to start that business, that restaurant, anything else that you want.
You were saying that, and I'm thinking, maybe I should start a restaurant now in Montgomery County.
Yes, right.
And that website is montgomerycountymd.gov/biz. Since we're talking about economic development real quick, the Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation's been in place. It's kind of set. They've done some hiring. They're moving forward. Any big accomplishments coming up in the next few months? We need to see something big from that corporation.
Well, we just heard one, Marriott. That was one of the ones.
That was the
they
biggest
worked on.
one thus far.
And there are a
Okay.
number of smaller ones that we have as well, and then a number that we're currently working on. They've only been in business now for just about a year, and I'm very, very pleased with the progress. You see that they are out aggressively making certain that the word is out that Montgomery County is open for business. aggressively making certain that we can sell the case that Montgomery County is a place where businesses can, in fact, be successful. The business portal that I just talked to you about is something which they're working on as well to help us with. We have an ongoing effort right now to identify and to talk to virtually about 1,000 businesses throughout Montgomery County. I've been personally making the rounds with them to make certain that our businesses in the county understand that we are there to help them. The new corporation is up, fully running and operational, and to the degree that they can be responsive to any of those concerns, we're there for them. So I think that they've made significant progress thus far, and we look for even greater progress in the future.
The red line, mentioned it just a few minutes ago. More repairs, water filtration seems not to cease. Safety is important. How is it impacting the county?
Well, we've had some impact because when you have to change your daily routine and you have to get off the metro and ride buses, then certainly that is a less convenient way for which people to get to and from work or wherever they may have to be going. But I think it's coming along probably as well as we can anticipate. But when you think about it, the heat, the summer, and you have to make all of these changes, you're outside of the air conditional mode of the transit system, and you're getting out making several changes, then that's always a challenge. But hopefully this will be a short-lived kind of transition that we'll have to make. But it's so important that we do so now because the safety of the system is paramount in my opinion, and we need to get it right. And unfortunately, parts of the system had to be shut down periodically in order to do it. It's a necessary challenge that we have, but I think is one that we have to get right. And the safety of our riders, the passengers in this region is so important. And so apologize for all the disruption and challenges that people are experiencing, but we have to get this right.
On the topic of safety, the Department of Liquor Control, along with the police department, announced a campaign for this summer. It will run through September 7th. I take it personally, and this is about basically enforcement against drunk driving. More police patrolling, more police checkpoints in the county. Summer months, people tend to have more fun and drink more alcohol.
That's true, but we can't solve this problem just by enforcement. That is one tool, but the tool that we hate to have to utilize, but we will, because we need to try to prevent it at the beginning so that police will not have to get out and enforce some of these laws and regulations related to drinking. There's a public awareness campaign that is ongoing, and that campaign is designed to let people know that A, you need not to drink and drive, B, you need to act responsibly, and C, that if you fail to do those kinds of things, there's a great likelihood that you can in fact be arrested and it has a great deal of negative consequences. And keep in mind that consequences oftentimes are fatal, and that's something that people have to understand, that it is a huge consequence, not only to the person engaged in the drinking and driving, but potentially to the public safety as well. And so we want to preclude that and not have to rely solely on law enforcement, but if need be, we will. But we want to make certain we get the word out that this time of the summer, people are out, they tend to drink a little bit more, and we want to make certain that they're not driving when they're doing so.
Okay, Mr. Leggett, thank you. We got to take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Are you sure they can recycle us, Clamshell?
Hey, Dome, we're on a new recycling postcard.
I can't wait to make a new start. Maybe I'll be a red carpet at a big premiere.
And I'll get to paint the White House.
Shh, here he comes.
Now you can recycle more plastics in Montgomery County, including #1 PET plastics such as clamshells, deli containers, trays, lids, domes, and cups.
We're in!
For more information on recycling, contact the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311. The wait is over. Recycle more plastics today.
A message about protecting your pipes and ours from WSSC.
Welcome back to 101 with Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett and Lorna Virgili. Mr. Leggett, summer is great. I love summer. I'm a Caribbean girl, but mosquitoes. Our Department of Health and Human Services just made an alert to county residents to make sure they take precautionary measures not to accumulate water around their home. Do we have a mosquito crisis in the county right now?
We don't have a crisis per se, but we want to preclude a crisis or anything approaching a crisis. And one of the ways in which you do so is to make certain that you're aware that there are some huge risks out there if you do not take the necessary precautions. It's a continuation of the campaign we started with Zika virus last year to make certain that people do not leave water standing in places around your homes or any other locations whereby it becomes somewhat stagnant and becomes a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Secondly, is you protect yourself in terms of exposure of skin, and protect yourself by using the appropriate repellents in some places so that you can ensure that you're not attracted to mosquitoes to avoid that. And make certain also that you protect young kids who may go out to play who are not readily protected because they don't hear and understand some of these warnings. So it's a challenge. But one, I think that people take the necessary precautions, we would avoid long-term crisis.
A few months ago, we did see several cases of hate crimes around our communities in this region. And you announced recently that there will be some funding for additional security, matching funding for additional security to faith-based organizations in the county. Who can apply for these grants?
Well, what we've identified now are some of the religious institutions, houses of worship around the county that have become targets. And so if you're a house of worship, we have some limited funds. It's not designed to take care of all of the totality within the resources and grants that we provide, but it's designed to help those who feel A, that they need it, and B, that they are planning to provide security measures to begin with, and the county can provide some level of assistance. And that's our effort, to try to make sure that where we can fill those gaps where people are struggling trying to come up with the resources, that the county can in fact be a substitute and help in some ways. But we want to help, but not to be the total recipient for the kinds of awards that people want or the grants that people want. We're going to assist, but not provide the total sum that some have identified.
I'm going to try to squeeze two topics here in this one question. One is World Elder Abuse and the fact that there was the safety forum that happens almost yearly here in the county. And the other topic that you also attended to was the Latino Health Steering Committee, the blueprint, the report that they granted on Latino health in the county. Talk about those two issues, Latino health and elder abuse.
Well, let me start with Latino health. We have a thriving Latino population in Montgomery County. It's about 18 and 19% of our overall county population. Unfortunately, when people are looking at health challenges, we have not in the past paid as much attention as we should to the challenges that people have, anywhere from mental health to a variety of illnesses that people are suffering from within Montgomery County. When you look at our community, you think about the challenge we face, health is one of the ones that are at the top of that. So we're trying to make certain we get the word out, provide support for families that are needed, give them the information that they need in order to ensure that they're healthy and safe. That safety also applies to many of our seniors. And seniors have real challenges that are impacted by people who oftentimes take abuse of them. Because in many ways, they can't get out, they can't they can't do it all by themselves. They need the help and support of others to assist them. And they rely upon people who oftentimes abuse them because of their health deteriorated in some fashion or because they need the support of others. And as a result, people have taken advantage of them. People who are frail, people who need support and help. And we have to make certain that we are going to hold people accountable if we take advantage of our seniors. We need to make sure that they are aware that there are resources and help and support out there to assist them. And as a result, we think that we can reduce significantly the abuse of many of our frail and elderly seniors.
Let's talk about the Quicken Loans National that took place at TPC Potomac at Avenel. Once again, it came to Montgomery County. Ticket sales support the Tiger Woods Foundation. How does the county benefit? Because every year we make a lot of money around here, don't we?
Yes, certainly there are ticket sales that go to the state. And certainly there are people who stay in our hotels, motels. They purchase alcoholic beverages within the county as well, and buy food, restaurants. And as a result of all of those things combined, it provides a great boost to the county. In addition to that, there's a great deal of publicity that goes out about the tournament. You know, whether it's been at Avenel this year or at Congressional last year. The last time I checked my math, Avenel and Congressional were in Montgomery County. And as a result, every time they mention that, you're mentioning Montgomery County, and it helps us in terms of identification, recognizing this is a great place in which to live, to work, to play in this instance, and people are encouraged by what they see by this great tournament.
Let's talk about libraries, because people in Montgomery County love their libraries.
Yes.
Aspen Hill Library will reopen after being, what is it called? We call
Refresh.
Refresh is the word. After being refreshed.
Right.
And also, we are going to sort of lose our library director after so many years.
Well, Parker Hamilton is a real treasure. She has really worked in an extremely professional manner, making certain that our libraries, our patrons, and all the people who visit our libraries have an experience that is worthy of a top-rated library. She's helped to transition us to a library that I think really stands out as one of the pillars of our county. She will be sorely missed, a great treasure, a great professional, and a person who I think has done a tremendous job in elevating Montgomery County Library. She's brought our communities together. She's hired top-rated people, great staff overall, the selection of materials that you have, but more importantly, the services that you receive from our libraries and how welcome the facilities are for those who are coming to visit, and how well people respect and appreciate our libraries, due in part significantly to Parker Hammer's contributions and the great work that she's done over the years.
I think we have about 45 seconds left of the show, but we need to mention the fact that the county has been awarded 31 National Association of County Awards this year. You must be
I am extremely proud of the fact that we tend to continue to receive so many national awards, and in many ways, thanks to our tremendous staff, the leadership on an ongoing day-to-day basis, and Tim Firestein, who was Chief Administrative Officer. You could not ask for a finer, more competent person to run our county, and he has done a tremendous job, and that is reflected in the 31 awards we received this year, but the many awards, the hundreds of awards that he's helped to achieve over the years as Chief Administrative Officer.
Okay, Mr. Leggett, well, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the summer, I hope. I know you'll be here.
Yeah.
All right, and for you watching, any further information, of course, about the county, do visit montgomerycountymd.gov. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going.
Recycle more now.